Hello, my name is Steve Gettner. I'm going to show you my thoughts and ways of how rolled coins without special equipment or machines. Now, this is the equipment I used to do this with that helped me. That's a drafting ruler at the top. Everything else, I think you can tell what it is. Oh, I also use some scrap paper too. Next, what I did was I took, like this, for instance, this is quarters, so I put $10 worth of quarters in a stack to just get them ready for rolling. Okay, so what you do is get $10, then you measure to see how long it is on a drafting ruler. I'll show the next picture of that one. And by the way, you can use this way of measuring for other coins like nickels, dimes, pennies. And I will give a shot of how what's the length of those coins on a ruler next in the next few minutes. So next thing, I set the $10 worth on the ruler. You know, the ruler is kind of like angle shaped, but as you can see, this one is 2 7/10 inches for $10 worth of coins. That's how high they are stacked. Here's another angle or another shot of the drafting ruler, and as you can see, it's kind of like V shape, so the coins can sit inside the V shape and set nice and still, so you can measure the length. Next, you get a piece of scrap paper that will be tall enough to fit the coins inside of it in the roll. This one should do as an example. Next, you get something that's about the same width as the quarters. Now, I already have a roll of quarters that I did a little while ago, so I'm using that. And I'm taking up the piece of paper, roll it up around the outside of it, and put a rubber band on it to hold it. Next, I'm going to slide the roll of quarters out from inside, and I may leave it inside just to see what happens. So now I'm just dropping the coins inside of it one by one so they stack. Of course, after you get done getting all the coins in it, next you fold the top and you put a piece of tape or something over the top so it doesn't unfold by itself. I got a piece of tape here next. I'm going to put on top of it to tape it closed. And do the other end the same way. Next, I label it. Ta-da, done. Here's the next modification I did. I taped my V-shaped ruler to the table, and it holds the coins in place like so. And you put a start measuring spot on the ruler to measure. I'm pointing it at with my pencil. There's a start measuring point, and of course you measure to the end. But anyway, that's how I'm measuring. Like in this case, it's 50 pennies equals 2.8 inches. I was talking about the length of certain coins. That is, if you have a whole lot of coins to roll, you can measure the length instead of having to manually count how many coins there are before you roll. So this helps you get the length instead of counting the coins one by one.